It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Clippers didn't hold back in that opening half. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Heat have yet to appear after one half of basketball. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Miami Heat.
Game track. Field goals.
As you can see in the highlights, this team did a terrible job of adjusting to the flow of the game. They're also lacking effort in their execution.
Player of the half.
Kawhi Leonard most definitely deserves to be player of the half for the way he distributed the ball. It was an excellent display of court vision and solid passing.
Who was gold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in that first half. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us. And see you again after the game.
To Leonard. Miami with the basketball. Won't go down. Beverly into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Tough make through traffic.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Beverly. To George. Here's a chance from long range. Rebounded by the Heat. Slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
George off the iron. No good. To Waiters. Dion Waiters powers it through. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Beverly into the front court. The lead is 12. Well, you can't do that.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Leonard to Paul George. For 3. Not that time. He missed it. Dragic with it. The deficit now up to a dozen. Dion Waiters Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
To George. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down?
And it's written all over his body language. I mean, he looks frustrated, vexed, perplexed, whatever other word you want to throw at it with the X. But seriously, that body language, that's something he needs to work on.
Stuffs it down with authority.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Stuffs it down with authority.
And easy to get back on defense.
To Waiters. Dragic. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Leonard to Paul George. Short jumper won't fall.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Knocked loose. He'd get control. So important to take care of the basketball. Easy, too, on the other end after the turnover.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Leonard. Oh, good offense beating good defense.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Ah, rocking the rim.
Woo! This rookie is a high flyer. He brings that kind of pro-am vibe to the NBA, and it's fun to watch.
Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 7. Dragic with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Kawhi Leonard sends it away. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Changes coming from both sides right now. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Lets it fly from long range. Message received. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
George, oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
It's a big finish.
Usually rookies allow themselves to get sped up because they're so hyped to play against the greats. But you got a different speed to your game. It's called poise.
Beverly to Leonard. Count it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
The quarter comes to an end. The Clippers have the lead. So the Heat will have it to start this fourth and final quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
Dragic into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. It goes down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Oh, they don't get it across in time. That's an 8-second violation. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Waiters. Fakes, drives to the rim, and scores.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
Cruises inside for 2. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
It's the Clippers with the possession now to George. Probing the defense. PG lets it fly. Knocks it down from mid-range.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
The free throw, good. Finishes off the 3-point play. And we're tied up here in the 4th quarter. Knocked loose. 8-second violation. It's going the other way. Time to shuffle things up. Dragic. Count the basket inside.
Showing you why he belongs here in this league with the best of the best. Efficient scoring out of the rookie here tonight.
Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverley. Dragic. And the finish at the rim.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Kelly Olynyk sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Dragic with it. They lead it. 4-point game. Here comes the screen. To Waiters. Dion Waiters He's now 5 for 6.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
To Beverly. George to Kevin Knox. George buries it on the catch and shoot.
Consistency wins a game. Sometimes you have to double down. I'm sure that's what their coach told them to do in the locker room. Keep shooting your shot.
To Dragic. Down low for Leonard. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Shifting gears, here comes some substitutions. Paul George. Dragic with the basketball. Up 5. Goran Dragic. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Timeout called here by the Clippers, but this game's in the balance, and time is of the essence. Leonard to Paul George. Miami secures the rebound. Whistle blows, intentional foul.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
I don't know if that was part of the game plan. Sometimes a foul like that can fire up the other team.
Oh, the Heat right there to take it away.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
No good. Missed them both. Late heave to beat the buzzer. It's all over. The Heat, NBA champions once again.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Heat have earned what so many others have only been able to dream about, an NBA title. They've earned their place in the history books. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Miami Heat. The Clippers won't get to lift the Larry O'Brien trophy. It was one of the best seasons in the franchise history, but without a championship, it's likely to be forgotten. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that does it for another NBA season. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, thanks for making us your choice for hoops action.
NBA champions. It's always a thrill when you can go home having claimed the crown, but it's even better when you're a rookie and you handled your business and walked home with the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
You know, I told you at the start of the season that I thought he had it in him to go all the way.
Oh, you did?
I did. I remember saying that.
Oh, really? I remember you saying just a week ago that this was something you weren't sure he could do?
I don't remember what I said a week ago, but I know what I meant.
No, don't even try to claim that. I was behind the 100% of the time. You, on the other hand, were a doubter. Bottom line, the work, the determination, the skill set that this brother brought to the table. I knew he was a rookie who could accomplish the impossible.
I've been very impressed throughout these playoffs. Not only with his play on the court, you could see that, but you could see the work he and the coaches have put in, the adjustments they made on the fly. It's just very impressive.
I believe you now. Just don't come to me acting like you believed in him all along, because we know better.
Well, true believer or not, you can't deny he's an NBA champion.
You know,
now.
it'll be interesting, very interesting, I might add, to see how he takes this and parlays it into another championship.
Oh, you think he's going to do it again?
See right there? See right there? Right there what I'm talking about. The doubt in your voice, sifting through that esophagus. I'm telling you, don't even try it. You're still a doubter.
I would characterize myself as cautiously optimistic.
I'm looking forward to having this conversation with you again in 12 months when he probably is going to walk home with another championship. We'll see. We'll see.